In the heart of a quiet town, where the days drifted by like lazy clouds, Rohit stood under the rusty canopy of a small petrol pump. He was an ordinary man, no different from the countless souls who clocked in and out of their daily grind. But his heart carried a spark of dream that refused to fade. He wanted more than the smell of petrol and the jingle of coins in his pocket. He dreamed of wealth, of a grand house with towering windows, and above all, of driving a sleek, black Mercedes that would turn heads wherever it went. Each day, as he filled the tanks of cars he could only admire from afar, he wore a smile for his customers, but inside, a restless hunger gnawed at him. He craved success, a life transformed, a story worth telling. One sweltering afternoon, as the sun beat down on the cracked pavement, a low rumble broke the monotony. Rohit looked up, and his breath caught in his throat. A black Mercedes-Benz, polished to a mirror-like shine, glided into the pump. It was the car from his dreams, alive and real, its presence commanding the dusty air. His hands trembled slightly. As he gripped the fuel nozzle, a man stepped out, dressed in a crisp suit that spoke of wealth and confidence. "Fill it up, 2,000 rupees, he said, his voice calm but authoritative. Rohit couldn't tear his eyes away from the car. As he pumped the fuel, he imagined himself behind the wheel, the leather seats cool against his skin, the engine purring under his command. He saw a life far removed from this small-town Pumpa, life of freedom, power, and possibility. The man noticed Rohit's lingering gaze and the flicker of longing in his eyes. With a kind smile, he broke the silence. "What's on your mind, young man?" Rohit hesitated, his words caught in a tangle of shyness and ambition. Finally, he spoke, his voice soft but earnest. "Sir, this is my dream car. I want to be successful. I want to own something like this one day." The man studied him for a moment, his eyes thoughtful. Then, reaching into his pocket, he pulled out a crisp visiting card and handed it to Rohit. "This is my office address," he said. "Come tomorrow. I'll teach you about business. If you're willing to work hard, maybe one day you'll have your own Mercedes." His words were like a spark in the dry grass of Rohit's heart. The man climbed back into his car, the engine roared to life, and with a smooth glide, he was gone, leaving a trail of dust and hope behind. Rohit stared at the card in his hand, his pulse racing. The address was printed in elegant black ink, promising a world beyond the pump. For a moment, excitement surged through him. This could be it, the chance he'd been waiting for. The door to his dreams swinging open. But as the sun dipped lower, a shadow crept into his mind. Doubt, cold and insidious, whispered in his ear. What if it was a scam? What if this man was just using him? What if he failed and made a fool of himself? Picard, once a symbol of opportunity, now felt heavy with risk. Rohit's fingers tightened around it, his heart torn between courage and fear. In a fleeting moment of hesitation, he made his choice. He tossed the card into the dustbin, watching it disappear among the litter. And with that small act, he threw away his chance. 3 years passed, each day blending into the next like the endless hum of the petrol pump. Rohit was still there, older but no closer to his dreams. The spark in his heart had dimmed, buried under the weight of routine and regret. Life hadn't changed, and the black Mercedes remained a distant fantasy. Then, one ordinary morning, another sleek Mercedes pulled into the pump. Rohit's heart stirred, the old longing flaring up as he admired its flawless curves. A different man stepped out this time, his presence radiating the same quiet confidence as the first. 2,000 rupees, please, he said, his voice steady. Rohit filled the tank, his eyes tracing the car's lines, just as he had 3 years ago. But this time, the man didn't walk away. He looked at Rohit, his gaze piercing yet gentle, and spoke words that froze him in place. "Do you remember, 3 years ago, when someone gave you a visiting card right here at this pump?" Rohit's heart lurched. His mouth went dry. "Yes," he stammered, "but how do you know?" The man's lips curved into a faint smile. "Because back then, I was working here too. I was the cleaner, sweeping the floors, listening quietly. I overheard your conversation with that man. After you left, I saw the card you threw away. I picked it up." Rohit's world tilted. His knees felt weak as the man continued, his voice steady but laced with meaning. "I called him. I met him. He taught me how to start a business. I worked hard, day and night, through failures and setbacks. And now," he gestured to the car behind him, "this Mercedes is mine." He paused, letting the weight of his words settle. Then, with a kindness that cut deeper than any rebuke, he looked into Rohit's eyes. "I wish you had just given it a try. That one chance could have changed everything." The man climbed into his car, the engine purred, and he drove away, leaving Rohit standing motionless, the nozzle still in his hand. The truth hit him like a tidal wave. The opportunity he'd discarded hadn't been a scam or a trap, it had been real. It had been his ticket to a different life, and he'd let it slip through his fingers because of fear. The regret was sharper than anything he'd ever felt, a blade that carved deep into his soul. He thought of the card, now long gone, buried in some landfill, and with it, the life he could have had. Opportunities don't always come twice. Sometimes, a single moment, a single decision, a single visiting card holds the power to rewrite your entire story. Most people don't fail because they lack chances. They fail because they let fear, doubt, and hesitation steal their dreams. That voice in your head, the one that says, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe it's too risky, or maybe I'll fail, that's the real thief. It's the one that keeps you tethered to the same place, year after year, while others take the leap and soar. Rohit's story isn't just his, it's ours. How many times have we stood at the edge of a new possibility, only to step back because we didn't trust ourselves? How many cards have we thrown away, convinced they weren't worth the risk? Life doesn't wait for us to be ready. It doesn't hand out second chances on a silver platter, but it does offer moments, small, fleeting windows where the future hinges on what we choose to do. So, the next time life hands you a chance, don't let doubt win. Don't toss it into the dustbin of what-ifs. Pick it up, explore it, take that first step, even if your knees are shaking. Call the number, show up to the meeting. Dare to believe that you're capable of more, because who knows? The next Mercedes, the next dream, the next life could be yours. All it takes is the courage to say yes to the unknown. This story is just one of many waiting to ignite your soul on WisdomWavesAura, my YouTube channel where stories like these come to life. Every tale we share is a spark, a reminder that your journey is yours to shape. Don't let it pass you by. Imagine the inspiration, the lessons, the moments of clarity waiting for you in our videos. Each one is crafted to touch your heart, challenge your fears, and push you toward your own greatness. Right now, you're at a crossroads, just like Rohit was. You can keep scrolling, letting this moment fade into the background noise of your day. Or you can take a small but powerful step. Hit that subscribe button on WisdomWavesAura. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss a story. Why? Because the next video might be the one that changes everything. It might be the nudge you need to pick up your own visiting card, to chase your own Mercedes, to rewrite your own story. WisdomWavesAura isn't just a channel, it's a movement. It's a place where dreamers, doers, and believers come together to find courage in stories that speak to the soul. We're building a community of people who refuse to let fear steal their dreams, and we want you to be part of it. Your journey starts here, with one click, one decision, one moment of daring. Don't wait for a second chance to drive by. Don't stand at the pump of your life, watching others live the dreams you long for. Subscribe to WisdomWavesAura today. Let our stories fuel your fire. Let them remind you that you're not just ordinary or extraordinary, waiting for the right moment to shine. That moment is now. Join us, and let's chase those dreams together. Welcome to WisdomWavesAura, where your story begins.